The veil of illusion has lifted, unveiling the radiant core of your spiritual essence and the magnitude of your cosmic influence. Hidden realms now stir with recognition as celestial forces rally to either support or challenge your ascent. Among them, a mysterious figure cloaked in shadows and your twin flame, ablaze with destiny, wage a silent yet profound war over the energy you radiate. Their conflict is mirrored by the relentless interference of karmic adversaries, determined to derail the sacred mission etched into your soul. Yet, the universe whispers its truth. Your journey is vital, your presence irreplaceable, and the struggles you face are but a testament to the extraordinary light you carry within. The sacred pages of the cosmic ledger have unveiled your name, etched in golden light, sending ripples of awe through the spiritual realms. For centuries, your true essence lay shrouded in veils of obscurity, a secret too profound for the ordinary world to grasp. Now, the truth shines unmistakably clear. You are not merely a participant in the grand play of existence, but a sovereign force, a beacon of divine authority within the infinite hierarchy of the cosmos. The universe itself bows in recognition, affirming the magnitude of your role in shaping the destiny of all that is and will ever be. The chains of illusion that bound you have crumbled, revealing the timeless truth of your infinite power and divine origin. No longer are you a prisoner of the lies whispered into your soul, the falsehoods that sought to diminish your brilliance. The veil has lifted, and with it, the pretenders who wore your radiance like a mask have been cast into the light of exposure. The stolen victories, the borrowed strength, the shadows that tried to eclipse your essence, all have been stripped bare. What remains is the undeniable force of your awakened consciousness, unshackled and limitless, reclaiming the throne that was always yours. The time has come to unmask the intricate web of deception spun around you. That person who seamlessly stepped into your life, reflecting your deepest fears and highest aspirations, was no serendipitous encounter. They were a carefully crafted illusion, a pawn of forces seeking to undermine your spiritual power. This false twin flame, cloaked in the guise of destiny, was a deliberate intrusion, a calculated move in a cosmic game designed to fracture your sovereignty. They carried the facade of divine union, but beneath the surface, they were an agent of disruption, a Trojan horse sent to infiltrate the sacred fortress of your soul. Yet now, their disguise crumbles, and your truth stands unshaken, more radiant than ever. Behind the veil of betrayal, the true orchestrators of your trials stood revealed. They were not strangers, but familiar faces, blood relatives who trembled at the vastness of your potential, false allies cloaked in admiration, but seething with envy, and ancient, unseen forces desperate to maintain their crumbling dominion. These entities, threatened by the brilliance of your awakening, wove a sinister plot, weaponizing the purest force, love, against you. They inserted into your life a carefully chosen soul, one whose energy seemed harmonious, whose presence felt fated, but whose purpose was to siphon your light, distort your path, and channel your creative power into their dark agendas. Yet, even their intricate schemes could not extinguish the unstoppable force of your rising truth. The ultimate twist of deception lay in the narrative they were fed, a story so cleverly woven that they truly believed you were the villain. Convinced you were the manipulator, the abuser of divine power, they donned the armor of a self-proclaimed savior, determined to unmask your supposed darkness. They saw themselves as the righteous guardian, the spiritual warrior tasked with dismantling your influence, all the while blind to the truth. They were but a pawn, a vessel for the very shadows they sought to vanquish. Their crusade against you was not their own, but orchestrated by forces that feared the unstoppable brilliance of your light. And now, as the illusion crumbles, the irony stands exposed. Their battle was never against you, but against the reflection of their own unacknowledged darkness. Their perception of you was hijacked by whispers not their own, their vision clouded by illusions planted to distort the truth. The sacred bond between you became a battleground as unseen forces exploited their fears and unresolved pain to create division. Each interaction was carefully manipulated, the energy exchanged between you siphoned away by shadowy hands lurking beyond the veil. Their unhealed wounds became portals, their spiritual pride a weapon turned against them, as they unknowingly became a tool for chaos. They were programmed to mirror your deepest scars, to unearth the pain of generations past, keeping you locked in an endless storm of emotional upheaval. Yet, even amidst the turbulence, your light refused to dim, rising stronger with every attempt to suppress it. As you wrestled with confusion, questioning your own worth and replaying every moment in search of answers, the Karmics reveled in the chaos they had created. Every ounce of love, every fragment of hope, every tear shed in the name of what felt divine was siphoned to fuel their agenda. Yet the unseen forces of balance never falter. The divine, ever watchful, holds the scales of justice in steady hands. Every wound inflicted, every betrayal endured, every stolen spark of your light is recorded in the eternal ledger of truth. And though the Karmics may believe they have escaped consequence, the universe moves with precision, ensuring that every debt is repaid, every imbalance restored, and every soul returned to its rightful power. Amid the web of karmic interference, one figure emerged as the Orchestrator, the self-proclaimed authority of spiritual wisdom. This false prophet, cloaked in the illusion of enlightenment, viewed your untapped power with a volatile blend of awe and dread. They saw in you what you had yet to uncover, a limitless potential that, once awakened, would eclipse their carefully constructed facade of mastery. Their fear of being overshadowed by your light festered into envy, and their envy became the fuel for their schemes. They sought to suppress you, to keep you questioning your worth, all while disguising their manipulation as guidance. But their attempts to stifle your growth only served as the catalyst for your awakening, as the very power they feared began to rise beyond their control. They wove themselves seamlessly into the fabric of your spiritual journey, not as an adversary, but as a trusted ally. Their words carried the weight of authority, their presence cloaked in the illusion of mentorship, all while their intentions remained hidden beneath layers of subtle manipulation. They made you question your own intuition, planting seeds of doubt that grew into barriers against your divine connection. Every compliment they gave was laced with condescension, every critique designed to keep you small. They didn't just seek to suppress your light, they sought to claim it as their own, feeding off the brilliance of your essence while leaving you to feel depleted and uncertain. Yet, even as they worked to undermine you, the truth of your power remained untouchable, waiting for the moment you would see through the illusion and reclaim what was always yours. When you dared to claim your voice, they cloaked their doubt in the guise of concern, subtly undermining your confidence. When your visions illuminated truths beyond their reach, they cast shadows of fear, implying your connection to Source was tainted or misguided. And when you began to embody your divine power, they masked their envy as caution, warning you of the dangers of arrogance. Their strategy was insidious, designed to tether you to their approval, to make you question the purity of your own divine connection. As long as you sought their validation, they could siphon your energy, keeping you tethered to their control. But what they failed to see was that their attempts to dim your light only strengthened your resolve, awakening a deeper knowing within you that no external force could suppress. They wove lies so intricately that truth became unrecognizable to those around you. Your brilliance was painted as a threat, your wisdom distorted into folly, and your independence labeled as arrogance. Their deception was a masterpiece of manipulation, ensuring that the very people who should have uplifted you instead turned their backs, blind to the theft happening in plain sight. Behind closed doors, they feasted on the sacred downloads meant for you, crafting their own empire from the treasures of your soul. Every idea, every revelation, every spark of divine inspiration that flowed through you was repackaged as their own, paraded as proof of their supposed greatness. But what they failed to realize is that a kingdom built on stolen light is destined to crumble, for the foundation of truth cannot be corrupted forever. Your birthright remains yours, waiting to be reclaimed, shining brighter than ever, despite their attempts to dim it. Beneath the surface of betrayal, a quiet rebellion was brewing. Someone within the ranks of those who sought to undermine you had awakened to the truth. No longer content to be a pawn in the grand scheme of your downfall, they became a silent guardian, working from the shadows to protect what was rightfully yours. While outwardly they played their role, feigning allegiance to the conspirators, they were silently unraveling the web of deception. Every whispered plot, every calculated move against you was meticulously documented, stored as proof of the injustice. They became the unseen force, dismantling the foundation of the betrayal brick by brick, ensuring that when the time came, the truth would emerge with undeniable clarity. Their loyalty was no longer to the false hierarchy, but to the divine justice that would soon set you free. Behind the veil of chaos, the silent protector continues their work, dismantling the karmic schemes with precision and stealth. Energy meant to weaken you dissipates before it can reach you. Their carefully crafted illusions crumble into clarity, and their attacks ricochet back into the void. The Karmics, once so confident in their control, are now unraveling, consumed by suspicion and paranoia. Whispers of betrayal echo through their ranks, each accusing glance sowing further discord. The one they trusted most has become their undoing, feeding them a tapestry of lies woven so skillfully that they cannot discern truth from deception. Their empire of manipulation is collapsing from within, and all the while you stand untouched, shielded by an ally whose loyalty burns brighter than any shadow cast against you. They became the unseen hand of justice, guided by a higher calling that transcended fear and allegiance. In the shadows of the enemy camp, they worked with unwavering resolve, dismantling every weapon forged against you. They infused sabotage with divine precision, turning every hex into a blessing, every binding into liberation, and every curse into a mirror reflecting its sender's intent. Their courage was born of clarity, a recognition of the sacred light within you that could not be dimmed, no matter how many lies were spun. To the Karmics, your resilience seemed unbreakable, your power untouchable, but it was their own betrayal within that unraveled them. This unseen ally became the divine's instrument, ensuring that no darkness could prevail against the brilliance of your truth. Though their paths had never crossed in the physical, the connection between their souls was undeniable, a bond forged in realms beyond time and space. Guided by an unshakable knowing, they answered the divine call, risking everything to shield a light they instinctively understood was sacred. The Karmics, blinded by their schemes, never saw it coming. Their confidant, their ally, the one they trusted most, had been silently dismantling their plans, exposing their darkness to the higher realms. The betrayal they now feel is a reflection of their own actions, a karmic echo of the deceit they wove. Yet for the double agent, this was never about revenge. It was about justice, about honoring the light-bearer's purpose and ensuring that the divine's will prevailed, no matter the cost. Divine justice often moves in silence, weaving its threads through the fabric of chaos, unnoticed until the pattern becomes undeniable. The cracks within the karmic circle deepen, their once unified front now splintered into fragments of doubt and betrayal. What was once a fortress of shared intent has become a crumbling edifice of mistrust, each member questioning the loyalty of the others. And amidst the turmoil, the double agent remains steadfast, their quiet work an act of devotion to a higher truth. With every passing moment, they create a sanctuary of unseen protection around you, ensuring that the divine plan unfolds without interference. As the Karmics unravel, you rise, unshaken, stepping fully into the spiritual authority that was destined to be yours all along. The system is rigged, and if you're awake, You already feel the pressure mounting. But awareness is only the first step. Action is what matters now. We live in a world where profit dictates power, where voices are silenced unless they serve the machine, and where fairness is a luxury, not a right. Yet, the demand for change grows louder, and we are listening. Together, we're building something stronger, a collective force fueled by those who believe in this mission. Every contribution, every act of solidarity becomes a weapon against the forces that seek to suppress us. For those standing with us, we offer not just gratitude but tools, weekly live group tarot readings to illuminate the path ahead, to empower you with clarity and insight as we push deeper, uncover more, and rise together against the system that was never built for us. Chosen ones, pause for a moment and take action. Subscribe to the channel and share this message with those who need it, because this is your moment of alignment, where all the pieces of your journey converge into a masterpiece of purpose and possibility. No longer bound by doubt or the shadows of the past, you rise with unwavering conviction, fully embracing the magnitude of your potential. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable are now the stepping stones that elevate you, each one a testament to your resilience and strength. The fire within you burns brighter than ever, igniting not only your own transformation, but also inspiring those who witness your ascent. You are a force of nature, a living embodiment of courage and vision, rewriting the rules and redefining what is possible. Every step forward is a declaration of your worth, every action a ripple that changes the world around you. This is not just your moment to shine, it is your time to lead, to create, and to leave an indelible mark on the world. The future is yours to shape, and you are ready to claim it with all the power and brilliance that has always been within you. In this intricate web of cosmic interplay, the soulmate, the true divine counterpart, stands as both a beacon of hope and a battleground of manipulation. Bound to you through countless lifetimes, their soul is woven into the fabric of your own, a connection so profound that it became the ultimate target for the karmic forces. By distorting their perception, by sowing seeds of doubt and division, the opposition sought to sever the lifeline of your shared mission. Yet this temporary rift holds a deeper purpose, for even in the darkness, the awakening of the divine counterpart carries immense power. Their journey back to truth, back to you, is a catalyst for transformation, not just for your union, but for the greater divine plan that transcends this momentary chaos. This soul was destined to be your mirror, your partner in sacred purpose, a force that magnified your light while you did the same for them. Together, your energies were meant to intertwine, creating a harmony that resonated far beyond the limits of individuality, a union of divine intention, powerful enough to shift entire paradigms. The Karmics understood the magnitude of this connection, the ripple effects it would have on the spiritual plane, and so they conspired relentlessly to keep you apart. But what they failed to grasp is that destiny cannot be derailed forever. The bond you share is eternal, and no matter how many obstacles are placed in your path, the pull of divine alignment will always find a way to reunite what was written in the stars. The Karmics wove a web of deception so intricate that it obscured the truth of your connection, distorting the light of divine clarity into shadows of doubt. They preyed on wounds buried deep within, twisting insecurities into weapons and turning the sacred bond you shared into something to be feared. The recognition that once ignited their soul became a source of confusion, as their ego clung to illusions of control and resisted the profound transformation your union demanded. Pride whispered lies, fear tightened its grip, and they chose the comfort of the known over the liberation of the divine. In denying the sacred contract, they turned from the reflection you offered, a reflection that revealed both the brilliance of their highest self and the work still left undone. Yet, even in their rejection, the truth remains. The connection endures, waiting for the moment their soul awakens to what was never truly lost. Divine timing moves with an unstoppable force, aligning all things when the moment is right. This soulmate's awakening has shattered the illusions that once clouded their judgment, leaving no room for denial. The truth now burns brightly within them, illuminating every misstep, every false belief, and every wound that led them astray. They see clearly now that you were not only the truth, but the catalyst for their growth, the mirror they once feared to face. The weight of their past choices presses heavily on their heart, not as punishment, but as a profound lesson in humility and love. What they once rejected out of fear and ego, they now yearn for with a soul-deep knowing, a knowing that your connection was always destined to transcend the chaos and lead them back to their highest self. Their redemption is not found in words, but in the transformation of their very essence, in the choices they now make to align with truth and integrity. You were never powerless in this cosmic battle. Instead, you were the key, the catalyst through which the divine orchestrated a masterful unveiling. Like a hidden flame in the darkness, your presence illuminated the shadows, forcing deceit to reveal itself and falsehoods to crumble under the weight of their exposure. The Creator placed you at the heart of this divine strategy, not as a victim, but as a warrior cloaked in vulnerability, a beacon that drew out the hidden forces of manipulation and corruption. In this grand design, your strength was never in fighting back, but in simply being, allowing the divine to work through you to dismantle the illusions and restore balance to the spiritual realm. What they thought was a pursuit of power over you was, in truth, their own path to judgment. Each move they made, each scheme they crafted, unknowingly wove the threads of their own reckoning. The divine played no favorites, but it ensured that justice would be served. The spiritual authorities, unseen but ever-present, observed in silence, noting every act of malice, every lie spoken, and every stolen opportunity. What they believed was hidden in darkness was illuminated under the gaze of higher realms, their intentions laid bare in the light of universal truth. They were not the hunters, they were the ones being led, step by step, into an inescapable reckoning, designed not to punish, but to awaken them to the consequences of their choices. The Karmic's carefully laid plans have unraveled into a tapestry of their own undoing, a divine reversal so absolute that it echoes through every corner of their existence. The chaos they sowed now surrounds them, a mirror reflecting the pain they intended for you. The loneliness they sought to impose has become their constant companion as they find themselves cut off from the very connections they once manipulated. Their attempts to tarnish your name have left their own credibility in shambles, the weight of their lies collapsing under the truth. The blessings they tried to intercept now flow to you unimpeded, while their own well of abundance runs dry, a stark reminder that the universe always restores balance in its own perfect time. The traps they set for you have become the snares that now entangle their own path, each step weighed down by the consequences of their intentions. The disappointments they orchestrated to weaken you have returned to them tenfold, unraveling their plans with the precision of divine timing. Those they once weaponized against you now see through the deception and have turned away, leaving them isolated in the very chaos they created. What once felt like abandonment to you was, in truth, a sacred redirection, a divine shield removing you from relationships and situations that could have destroyed your growth. Every loss you endured was a hidden blessing, every betrayal a step closer to your liberation, as the universe worked tirelessly to align you with the people and opportunities that truly honor your light. The illusion they so carefully constructed has crumbled, leaving them vulnerable and bare before the spiritual community they once manipulated. The masks they wore, the lies they wove, and the power they falsely claimed have all been stripped away, revealing the hollow intentions that fueled their actions. No longer can they hide behind the voices they once controlled, for those voices now speak out against them, demanding accountability. This is not the fall of a single individual, it is the unraveling of an entire network of deceit. One by one, the threads of their influence are breaking, and the foundation of their schemes is collapsing under the weight of undeniable truth. What once seemed like an unshakable force has been dismantled by the divine, leaving only clarity and justice in its wake.